Do need to fix the line too. Do need to fix the line too.
Am I live? I sure am. I can hear myself, so I'm live. Hello, everyone. This is Blaze 101, and here is the real deal. Channel play number 5, voice acting time. For this live stream, it's going to be different than my 4 previous live streams. This time, it's all about voice acting. And for those who don't know, I explained it in the press stream, but I'll explain it again here. I am increasing my voice acting skills. I've seen many shows and films, especially anime ones, that involves real people voicing a character, transcending their characters into something unique. And I won't be a part of that. There's voice acting jobs out there. And if I do well enough, use the right equipment, then I could be hired by many corporations to just fill in the last puzzle piece and help their corporation grow. So that's what we're going to do today. So here's the plan. I'm going to voice 3 different characters from my original stories, which is going to be from Elliot the Movie and Sweetbot. And the rest will be I'll just randomly choose a character from a film that I know the most, or film, and see what kind of voices I mostly do well at. Not only that I'm practicing my voice acting, I'm also testing to see which voices I will be more comfortable with, and the ones that I can't excel at. So without further ado, let's begin. And I won't be alone in this. Y'all know Pikachu, but there's someone else that's gonna be joining us and watching me. Hopefully, they'll make fun of me. But Eevee, Eevee has been found in this live stream. I guess wants to hear my voice acting. Ain't that right, Eevee? Eevee, that's right. Eevee's a cute one, a unique one. Did you know? Did you know that Eevees can evolve into 8 different evolutions? I can name them all. Test me. I can name all eight evolutions. First, you got Sylveon, you got Umbreon, you got Leafeon, you got Espeon, you got Umbreon, you got Vaporeon, you got Voltreon, you got Flareon, and finally Glaceon. Is that all of them? You got fire, water, energy, plant, you got dark, got fairy type, got light type, got ice type. Yeah, I think that's it, yeah. See? I told you I wasn't stupid. I know my Pokemon knowledge. I hope you do too. I can remember more. It won't be the same more. But I'm not going to do that. I may do that as a separate video or something. But for today, we're going to do some voice acting. Let's get started. Before I begin, I want all of us to be informed about Steve's top 10 tips for how to become a voice actor. Remember, this is only a subjective essay about how Steve became one. Not everyone goes a straight line when it comes to voice acting, so hear me out. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. Probably just gonna read from here to down here. and just so from the start, many people have to listen to a don't worry, my reading is above average, so this shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to read. So without further ado, let's educate for those who don't know what voice acting means. I'm just going to read my regular voice. Many people have asked me simply, how can I become a voice actor? And there is no simple switch to make it happen. However, there are key tips and tricks that can help you be more successful in your endeavors. If this sounds familiar, it's because I offer an extended video version of how to become a voice actor in my free top tips video on our website. As a voice actor and a teacher, I understand there's different kinds of learners. So below is a simplified visual reference of these nuggets of wisdom, that I sometimes learned the hard way. And I think this is the first tip. How to become a voice actor. Love it. That's a strong tip. When deciding why and how to become a voice actor, it is so important that you choose it for the love of it. Acting can mean hard work with long hours, ambitious character information and direction, lots of creation, and often little to no money involved. I literally ripped my first role for free food. If your primary goal is fame or fortune, you're likely going to suffer a happiness famine, famini, and family. But if you love what you do and are practicing your craft every day, the creation of art should be a joy. Steve is right. I've seen people make this mistake. They make the same mistake. They're just doing it because they need money. Instead of saying, I'm not only doing this just to pay my bills, but I'm also doing it because I just enjoy creating characters with different voices. That's me. When I got a voice acting job, yeah, I'll be getting paid, but I'm also enjoying the process of improving my voice acting skills. You got to enjoy what you do before you get paid for it. How to become a voice actor? Take a risk. Like, come on, you think voice acting is easy? Yeah, it's not. Even I struggle with the voice act and trying to give the right voice accent and fail many times. Sometimes it's scary and risky to create something new. So here's a risk that you can take right now. Pick up a piece of reading material, whenever you happen to have lying around. Create a voice out of it. Whether it's a newspaper, instructions for a building, a cabinet, it doesn't really matter what it is. Just read it out loud, create a character, and try to put yourself into that character. That's probably the hardest thing to do in voiceover, really, finding your voice. Trying to find the right voice, the right character, and I struggle with that too. Once you got that character, record it. Take out your phone or whatever recording device you have and record it. Listen to what it sounds like. A lot of people don't like the sound of their own voice. It's a thing to get past. But again, that's another risk. Be willing to listen to your own voice so that you can change it up and do different things with it. You have to become comfortable with the sound of your own voice. Don't put so much don't put so much pressure on yourself for it to sound good or in a particular way. Yeah, for those who keep trying to find that right voice, then they end up giving up easily. When I voice a character and I record it, listen to it back, it sounds a bit jarring, a bit bland. Once I voice act a character, but change my voice a bit, Like, okay, like I'm getting close. Not that close, but I'm getting close. Sometimes question if it's like the my voice or the mic. And sometimes maybe it's the mic. The distance of the mic gotta be like not too close, but close enough for the mic to catch your voice that you're trying to create. Distance is highlighted. Remember this. You're not gonna like what they sound like after they record their voice, but something to get past, which I have gotten past. In fact, don't even don't even remember what I sound like most of the time after recording. I almost sound like a different person. Alright, next tip. Know that failure is success. So you took a risk and it didn't turn out as you wished. Don't judge. You succeeded in learning what doesn't work. It's important that you learn from your failure and use it to grow. I talk about this a lot because it's one of my most common challenges people face every day. Whether it's your internal voice or from someone else, listening to judgment can be crippling. Learn to silence those voices, embrace your failure. Failure is success. Not a lot of people can embrace failure, but it took me a while to embrace it. That's what I do. Take that failure, put it in chest, close it, lock it, and just don't touch it. Like don't touch it. That's like stored away. It's like I stored it. I stored my failure away, and just never come back to it again because there's no point. Next tip: be willing to look stupid. That's probably one of the fun parts of voice acting. I just create a dumb character and have fun with it. Yeah. Good acting is emoting enough to make your audience feel something. Remember that in the recording booth, facial and body expressions won't be seen, so the sound matters. Sometimes you'll have really animated or interesting sound characters that acquire different physical contortions to effectively sounds to get effective sounds. Sometimes it's necessary to look stupid to get those sounds out. Do it. Go back to those times when you played in your childhood. Those times when you didn't care if you were getting dirty or looking stupid. You were there to have fun, and this is not that different. Relax your brain and have a good, creative fun. Who cares what you look like? Look at myself in the mirror, and most of the time I look good, especially when I wear a hat on. If I wear like a hat and glasses, then I look like a different person. Look like Tupac or Jane Fox. Yeah. But yeah, I want y'all to remember those last two sentences. Relax your brain, have a good creative fun, and don't worry about what you look like. Did I? Did I pass? I'm gonna stop at. Oh, around this part. Okay. Be willing. Let's do it. Next tip: listen. It's natural to have preconceived notions, especially if you've been given character information in advance. Just remember that in many cases, the creators in the room have been living with the project much longer than you have, sometimes years longer. Be sure to listen to the directors and other characters around you. If you don't listen, you could easily miss a critical element of where your character is supposed to be the grand vision of all those people who've been working on it for so long. If there's something you don't understand, don't be afraid to ask clarifying questions. Like this. Excuse me, director. Should the character sound like this? Or sound like this? Hey director, should my character be more sovereign or more influential? Hey director, this scene where he acts crazy, Can someone else do it? Because I don't think I can go that far. Something like that. Yeah, one more. Excuse me. Um, what is Tobias's motivation again? Listen to advice, even if you don't agree with it. Actually, especially if you don't agree with it. If you don't agree with the advice that somebody's giving you, and you're still willing to take that in, it'll give you a different perspective. Especially if you have to play a character that has morals that are opposite to your own. That is going to come up, so you might as well get used to it now. Listening to advice is something that's very difficult for a lot of people in the first place. This will help you in every area of your life. Yeah, advice like this. Hey, we're signing British. Don't sound too British. Just act like that you're British so people will listen to you. Okay, sure. So, we have a character that's drunk and rude. Just become that person. It will transcend into you. Okay. Alright. Drink lots of water. Drink lots of water. That'll make your voice more clear. You'll have more energy to face the longer dialogue. Okay, I do that. I drink water. It has to be like medium range water, not too cold, not too hot. Right, got it, got it. Okay, next tip is training. I'll read the first two sentences. Training is essential. Never stop learning and training various aspects of your craft. Next tip, get the right equipment. Current technology today is great. If you're just starting out as a voice actor, you don't need to spend a lot of money. Yeah, you actually don't. You can just use a phone or a laptop just to do your recording. It's not gonna sound authentic, but hey, just getting started. Next tip, the demo reel. This is also important. This is your calling card, your first impression that casting directors have of who you are, what you're capable of, and what your skill set is. You want to be extremely sure that you are ready for a demo reel. Next step, market yourself. Market yourself. The nice thing for 30 minutes, don't worry, it's almost over. Almost down to tips, so I can actually get into voice acting my characters and also other characters that are out there. Selling yourself is something you must come to terms with in this business. You're going to have to do it at some point. Though, like the demo reel, you don't want to do it before you're ready. Now, your next steps. Boombox Studios was created with the intention of teaching you. Over the years, people have asked me tons of questions, specifically about how to become a voice actor and what it takes, which is why we built Boombox Studios and started the live voice over classes. There are voice acting classes you can take so you can learn from experts who are in the same field and can help you reach your voice acting goals. Now, guys, I mostly write stories and voice acting. That's like a side thing. But if I just get better at it, then maybe maybe I'll be more experienced in voice acting than I thought. Taking risks and being willing to look stupid. Yeah. And I think that is it. Thank you for paying attention to what I'm about to do in the next 2 minutes. Alright, so, it's an error. Error. Just error for. Adjustments. Okay. Now, hold on. Mm. Oh. So one stream to the primary adjust URL. Okay. Copy and pasting in there. Maybe it only works before my stream. Yeah, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. It changed to excellent connection. It should be fine. Should be fine. Should be fine. No. Oh. Yeah, sometimes a live stream can be like that sometimes. You put live streaming for more than 1 hour and anything can go wrong. But if it does, then I can always just do a part two of it just to finish the live stream. Alright, anyway. What I'll be doing yeah, be creating a document. Be creating a separate document. Create a separate document. We'll title it voice acting practice voice acting practice. I'm basically going to be reading random dialogue from different scenes and situations that the characters could face in anywhere. So we'll put um, we'll do a scene name. We'll do a scene name. We'll do a scene name. Just hanging, something random. Hanging out with AERIM. Okay. There. There we go. All right. So this is gonna be a scene from I Hate the Movie. That's a film that I've been working on ever since I started, like 1 year ago, and I'm making progress on it. Now I'm currently working on it, and it's going to be made into a feature film or a show, depending on the kind of direction I want to go with, and found enough time to make a feature film, and so on. So, scene name is Hang Out with Ariel the Cat, another character from the same film. So I don't know if I if I prepared this before this live stream, then I would have been fine. But since I don't want to, not have to be perfect. I could just think of something random and just roll it. I may fully complete the full scene, but I'm probably just gonna do. So without further ado, let's begin. Shoot the box. Just have voice screen, so I'm just gonna try. Jordan should prepare this. Well, I'm going to prepare. Unscripted. It's going to be a scene that's going to be done unscripted. Most of my characters are going to sound like me in the high. Depending on, depending on their species, and how they're, I don't know, something like that. It's like, me and Those are just bullet points that describes what's going to be involved in this scene. At the park, it's going to be some jokes, some good times. Someone's going to get hurt. There's going to be a thief involved. And someone's going to say, I like you. I don't know who's going to say it, but someone's going to say it. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. What a beautiful day at the park. Don't you agree, Ariel? Oh, yes, I agree. Especially a nice breeze. It was raining yesterday. Yeah, I know, right? It was so raining. You know me. Don't like rain, so I just take it off. Yeah, that's a cat thing. And you're a park cat. I don't know if I am park cat. It's like a mixture of all three animals, which each displays a part of you. Just because there's three different species, that doesn't mean that you're all three of them. Well, you are, but like it's like puzzle pieces, three pieces into one. Oh yeah, all right. Of course, I'll be the narrator voice. I'll be the narrator describing what's happening in that scene. Elliot and Ariel was sitting on the bench. They're at a park where there are some parents um, walking their child on a stroller. We got a couple over there just looking at each other walking. You got two boys playing with their pet dog. And also, there's somebody wearing a long sleeve shirt, shorts, fox mask on, walking cautiously towards a woman with a black purse. And just like that, the guy quickly snatched her purse. Hey, that's not yours. Hey, he stole my purse. Elliot, her cry for help. Cry for help? Hmm. We seen that guy just stole her purse. Gotta get to work. Like that, Elliot sprung into action, stopped the crook from stealing something that's not his. Elliot activated his powers and used the electric grab ability to grab him from a distance, probably about 20 feet. Hey, you! Get back here! The thief dodged it, but he didn't dodge long enough. Elliot still grabbed him with his electric powers. I got you! Oh, God damn it! Why anyway, some raccoon? Never seen those kind of powers before. My name's Elliot, and I'm a hero. A hero? Like an idiot? Well, I'll show you. Elliot. Elliot grabbed the purse and threw the culprit all the way up high, like about up in the sky, about 20 feet. Elliot has successfully recovered Willem's purse. Oh my god! I thought it was a goner! Thank you! Elliot. Just Elliot. Elliot, right. Wait, you can understand me? Yes, ma'am. Wow, it's like we're in a film. Yeah. Anyway, Elliot returned the purse back to the woman. She waved and left. Ariel came to Elliot's side. Good job. You didn't let him get away this time. What do you mean this time? Well, no, the last time that you tried to stop a criminal, it nearly escaped because you were distracted by fireflies. They're so beautiful, I can't look away from them. Exactly. That's what a dog would do, and you have one dog's genes. That's not true. Oh, yes, it is, and I can prove it. Oh, look, there's a butterfly. There's no way I'm gonna fall for Elliot before Elliot can finish speaking. He looked at the butterfly that's black and blue, waving near his face. Then he started chasing it. I'm gonna get you this time, butterfly. You won't escape from me. Good grief. Some animals never change. Oh, darling. Now I'm suddenly hungry. I want to get some milk. And so the cat walks somewhere and finds some milk. If there's any milk nearby. Fortunately, on the other side of the park, there's a milk bowl just right there. Where's the milk bowl even come from? Anyway, she drinks from a milk bowl, and then two stranger dogs approach her. She tries to drink her milk, look at the two dogs. Oh, hello there. Are you are you guys lost? Yeah, yeah, we're lost. Yeah, yeah, we're lost. We want some food and some milk. Would you mind sharing? Yeah, do you mind sharing? I'm sorry. I'm not the kind of feline that shares things with other animals. Oh, no, 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 no. Remember, sharing's caring. You should definitely share. Else we'll just eat you. Yeah, you want that, do you? Think you scare me because you're two big dogs with an attitude? Ariel pulled out her paws with claws. I can scratch you in the eye without a flinch. Do you want that? The the big dog that's brown and black put out his claws too. We're not trying to make this not trying to make this personal. It's just business. We're just trying to do what we want to survive, just like you. Well, luckily I have a home and I don't have to survive that hard. Yeah, but that was after you got adopted, right? I smell human on you. You definitely have an owner. And also the tag on her neck says Ariel. Ariel? Uh, yes, Ariel's my name. My name is Vex. And that's Kenny. Yeah, that's me. We're just two stray dogs that ran away from our home. We're just trying to find a place that calls home. Hey, we could live where your human owner lives. Oh, no, no, no. My owner hates dogs. You sure about that? How you know she ain't lying to you? Because, well, while she was looking through Instagram on people with dogs, I saw a disgust on her face and a little bit of annoyance, which tells me that she couldn't dream of owning a dog because it takes a lot of responsibility and energy. But with the cat, you simply don't have to do a lot to take care of it. They can clean themselves, they can take care of themselves, and they'll go and they'll be near you if they need your attention. They seem like the most chillest pets you can ever imagine. Besides the stupid and energetic dogs. Excuse me? No offense. None taken. Meanwhile, Elliot came to Ariel's side. Oh, making a story here. Let's make a checkpoint here. I'm gonna make a checkpoint. This is a lot of information to absorb, so I'm just gonna plug a breaking point here. A checkpoint. Train to A. Let's see. Go to Ariel's side. So Ariel's talking to two stray dogs named named. Let's see. I got Kenny and Vex. Yeah, Kenny and Vex. Kenny and Vex. I had never heard a dog named Vex. Props to me. But yeah, let's call this a breaking point. We're gonna take yeah, I'll take a 10-minute break. Yeah, yeah. Let's take a 10-minute break so I can rest my voice and write down some information. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a break and prepare the information for the second part of the story. The story does seem interesting so far. Best part about unscripted, the best part of having an unscripted story is if you like you make up one thing, then you make it to another, make it to the other, make it other. Therefore, if y'all support me, follow my social media pages, then maybe we can look at possibly. Right, see you after the time expires. If I do this, there you go. Come on. There you go. There we go. We go here. Okay. But now, there you go. There we go. Guess we're doing live streams on Firefox. I'm doing on Firefox. I think last time I did a live stream was on Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. Sharing screen does look differently on each web browser. So I just put the timer on separate screens so y'all can see the timer. Oh, oh no. Oh no. No, I just realized I was muted. Oh no. Oh no. I was muted. I was muted. I was muted. Mm. The third thing that I deal with when recording a video. Sometimes I don't even realize that my mic was off, but it was just off. I think it did turn off, but I forgot to turn it back on. Got to know that. Well, before that my mic was off, I was trying to finish the story of hanging out with Ariel the cat. It has no like synopsis, but basically there's information that explains like what happened. I could do this again, but I'll just. I guess I can just do a separate video of this. Yeah. I'll probably just create a separate video, not a live stream, but a separate video about information that was shown in this voice acting practice. So basically, give a summary. Um, the scene was in the park. There were no. I guess there were some jokes. There were some good times. Someone did get hurt. A thief was involved, and there was some factions I like you. I think there were six characters. I think there were six characters in this story. There's Elliot, there's Ariel, Vex, Kenny, some woman, and the thief. There weren't many dialogue. The woman, the thief. That was ended. That was like ended. That was like ended early. That was like ended early. But there's most voices. There are more dialogue. Am I hearing right? Testing 1 2 3. Picture. Am I muted? All right, good. I'm not muted. Okay, good. Hope I'm not. Hope I'm not muted. That'll be bad. All right, so yeah, six characters. Most of the voices come from four characters. So Kenny and Vex want to save Ariel, but she thinks of a reason to get backs off. Ariel talks to these two stray dogs. Elliot came to a conversation. There's a fight between Vex and Ariel, a fight between Vex and Elliot. It's basically Ariel and Elliot versus Vex and Kenny. Ariel did get critical hit by a neck, and Elliot did shove Vex out of the way. In the end, Elliot won the fight. They both walked away, and that was it. There, I give you a summary of this story, but there will be a video version of this, and I can upload the story. I can upload the story on DeviantArt, so y'all can read an extended version of the scene, probably about 12 13 pages, about 12 13 minutes, so you can be more immersed in the story and become interested in it. I do plan on making more stories in the future, not just long format stories, but stories that's short stories, like 5 6 minute stories. Depends. Anyway, we're done with that. We're done with that was voicing original characters, and for the next stage of this live stream, I'll be voicing characters that I've seen on the internet. And y'all know, and y'all know, and y'all know what characters, and y'all know what characters we're going to voice next. Y'all know what we're going to voice next. Pull it out. Here. You're voicing this character and that character right there. For those who don't know, their names are Nick and Judy, Nick the Fox, and Judy the Rabbit. Hare or Bunny, they're still in the same category. Whatever you call it, it's still called the same thing. I'll be voicing those two characters. I may make a scene out of it, but we'll see. Actually, we're gonna make a scene out of it. Yeah, we're gonna make a scene. Like fun same thing. Yeah. Yeah, why not? Yeah, sure. Sure, why not? Let's make a scene out of it. But I'm not gonna write this. AI is. AI is gonna write the script. AI is gonna write the script because since I don't feel like preparing the script because it'll take too long, let AI do the script. It's gotta be specific on it. It's gotta be specific. Wait. It just gotta be specific on information. I know sometimes AI can be misinterpreted with information that I give to the platform, so I'm going to do my best to be as specific as possible with these characters that I'm going to put them in, with these kind of characters that I'm going to involve them in. Just give me a second. Type. Tell bear stories, craft your new book, essay, or document with formatting. If I got fun with this. Soccer free. Sure, why not? If I have to create an account, I'll create an account. I will not continue with Google because it won't be safe. It won't be safe and separate. So find the website and I have to create an account. So It's gonna take a while. I'm gonna make sure they're not muted before reading a Jared version of a short story about like 8 9 minute short story of Dewey and Nick doing something, either catching a criminal, just making out, or trying something new. It can be literally anything. Okay, I'm done creating an account on my phone currently. On my phone currently, and I create a password that is strong and complicated, and I did take a screenshot of it. I'm not gonna worry about it. I can just copy what everything says on there and just paste it onto a document so I can. So I and y'all can follow along with me as I read a short story involving Julie and Nick. I may just think of like a random title and then a summary, and then the AI will just write the information based on that. Hi there, I'm currently working on a short story. Two key questions. Okay. Okay. Let's let's start with the characters. Let's start with the world first. I usually start with the world and the characters first before I go on the story. Because you can't have a story without characters. You can't have characters without story. I'll say it again. You cannot you cannot have a story without characters. You cannot have characters without story. So story I would say I think I'll say I was 13 pages. A short story about Nick and Judy. A short story about Nick and Judy having fun at having fun at the mall. Yeah, yeah. A short story, which is going to be approximately 13 pages about Nick and Judy having fun at the mall. Nick and Judy. I can't remember from Zootopia. Nick and Judy are characters in Zootopia. Last but not least is three genres that would explain a short story. Let's make it some, some, some drama and comedy. There you go. You got a short story about 9-10 minutes, which is approximately 13 pages. Got Nick and Juliet having fun at the mall. It's gonna be those characters, plus other characters that may appear in the story. Yeah, I'm gonna including some background characters. Including some background characters. So some characters that we've seen in the film, and also other characters that we've seen but didn't have a role in the story. That's why I perform my originality. That's why I perform my originality. You thought this short story was only going to be about Nick and Judy? Man, it's gonna be other stories in there. It's gonna be other characters, like original characters I could think of, since I'm very good at making stuff up. Since I'm real good at making stuff up, why not? Perfect. It sure is. Next question. What's the main plot or sequence of events? Is there a specific reason for the date, the mission, and the together? Or is it more of a slice of life story, following them as they encounter various situations? And are there any key moments of conflict you want to make sure happen, like community mishaps, character interactions, or something that creates? uh, let's see. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? What would be the main plot of the story? I haven't summary yet. Well, I guess that's a part of summary, but I want me to be more specific. Let's try to focus on the second option, slice of life story, following them together down the various situations. So there's not like one big threat in the short stories. It's a short story. Does have to be a main conflict in it. So let's just do slice of life. It's just two close friends just have fun at the mall and just have fun at the mall. It may include some serious moments in there. I don't think there's gonna be any. So let's go with two sentences. So, story. So at least two. Okay, so I typed in like a sci-fi story where they face wholesome and surprising moments. Want to want to interact to at least two background characters. It should say I want Nick and Judy to interact at least two background characters. Nick, not, Nick and Judy. There we go. I want Nick and Judy to interact at least two background characters. And then the final sentence, create drama between Nick and Judy about a mission that went wrong in the past. uh, excellent. That's great framework. Getting clear picture. Emotional depth. Yeah, they're just two characters just mind their own business until one person says something that they didn't want to hear. Bring it up. Oh no, it just sound funny. I don't know, it just sound funny. Uh, this question was character from Tokyo do you want to include? Um, I don't find the chance. Just didn't realize how much preparation I have to do to create the story. Maybe I'll do a survey of this too. I'm streaming for almost 2 hours. I don't know if I can stay up longer, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. If not, you're going to expect another story being created. Something like that. Don't worry. I'll live stream it. I'll create the story, then I'll live stream it. I mean, bringing the story down. Choose one background characters. Fits well. Fits fits well. Look at perfect. I'll pick characters that'll work great in the mall complex. One more questions. One more question. Hey, God! Come on, once you create the story, how do you want the drama about the past mission to resolve? How do you want the drama about the past mission to resolve? Let's see. I mean, I guess I'll just make the mission that you're supposed to do this, but say this other thing, and it didn't work. In the end, it worked at the end. I'll just say there was a mission wrong, but it resolved at the end. And the missions are both in, it went wrong, but then it got resolved. and by our character's act. The drama of the mission to resolve in a good ending that will bring Nick and Julie together and laugh about it. To resolve a good ending. So, Nick, no. So Nick and Julie, Nick and Julie can enjoy each other's company. So Nick and Julie can, Nick and Julie can have fun, have fun, and laugh about it. Yeah, laugh about it. There we go. I want, uh, I want the drama about the past mission to resolve with a good ending, so Nick and Julie can have fun. All right. I'm gonna read this now. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read what AI has recapped what I said to AI. Awesome. Okay. Let me recap what we're creating. A 13-page short story, which is approximately 9 to 10 minutes. Nick and Judy at the mall in a slice of life setting. Wholesome, spry moments, mix of comedy, interacting with at least two well chosen background characters. So it's gonna be like a total of 4 characters in there with dialogue. There's gonna be other characters in there, but there's gonna be at least two background characters that's gonna have like a voice. Drama stemming from a past mission that went wrong. Resolution that brings them closer, ending on a fun, laughable note. Like, come on. I can't just create an innocent Judy and Nick story. You know I gotta add some drama in there. Ready to write this for you. Finally. I can generate a full draft using the engineering feature. Let me go ahead and write it. If so, let me know. Start writing the story. Start writing the story. Before I do that, I'm gonna copy and paste information on this page so y'all can see it. Okay, I'm gonna enjoying doing so much. It's 2 hours. Are you sure you want to do this? may take like I may take like a 15-minute break just to prepare my voice myself to read the story, and then I'm probably gonna go back. So after I'm done reading this short story for y'all, I'm gonna end the stream and go to bed because I'm tired. Maybe he's tired. He guys not so tired. He's able to stay on tired. Maybe he's tired. He guys not so tired. He's able to stay on. Practice my voice acting in a short story that I did I did I did part of it in AI did the script. It's like I prep the world, the characters, and the scene, the summary, while the AI just writes the script. So we're gonna have some fun. Gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun tonight. This is probably gonna be a fun stream. I just gotta make sure that my mic is on. Make sure my mic is on because I will have to. Well, even if I am going to pick this story in full length on the internet on TV, make sure my mic's on. I got to make sure that my mic is on. I think it's been AI that but since it's Utopia, AI probably understands what those characters are. Come on, AI, you know what Nick and Judy is, right? You know what Nick is. And the Judy is, don't you? I hope so, because I'll be mad if if you don't do it correctly. Oh, who am I kidding? Of course AI is not going to do it correctly. If the AI, I'm going to grade this. After the AI create the story, I'm going to grade it, and to see if the AI did a great job with creating a short story about Nick and Julie going to a mall. That's probably the summary of the story. That's probably like one sentence summary story. Nick and Judy go to the mall. Dramatic things happen. Like that's it. That's the summary. Nick and Judy decides to go to the mall. Things sure do happen. But that but that gives me a thought. Is the scene going to start like them going to the mall, or is it going to start at their house and they're going to go to the mall? I'm not sure. I didn't tell AI that. The AI is going to tell the story, so we see what happens. All right, AI. All right, start writing the story. Start writing the story. Start. Start. Start writing the story. Once you're done, I'll copy and paste it. And we'll start on this page. Oh my god, you're creating a story? I sure am. I think I'm gonna take a 15-minute break. Just so the AI can finish writing the story and copy and paste information onto the onto this page. So I'll be back in 15 minutes and take a note, make sure that your mic's not muted when you're recording recording your lines for creating a short story about a Zootopia fan made story. See ya. Well, time's up. Now I'm tired. Go ahead and share my screen here. Unless we'll read this story together. We'll do this together. You can go ahead and chime in if you want. So get started. Reading the story that a writing AI created. It's like a collab thing. I provide the details while the AI works on the script. And after reading the story, I'm going to give it a grade on is it creative and is it a story that's good enough to be reread multiple times. Oh, don't worry, I'm going to keep this. If the story's good enough, then I'll keep it with the references. And I may make a video of it. I may make a video of it so y'all can read the story for as many times as you want. Just short stories, so there shouldn't be any information that should be too confusing for y'all. I know some of y'all out there has watched the films and the comics of Zootopia. If you haven't, then you should probably go out there and start watching the Zootopia film before you miss the opportunity. Hello? I can hear myself. I see my screen too. Good. Pika! Evie! You ready? Pika! Evie! Alright. Let's get this started. I think I know how Nick sounds like. I think I know how Judy sounds like too. Just a note. If it don't sound authentic like these two characters and other characters, then don't judge me. Anyway, it's time for a story. It's gonna be a 13-page short story, approximately 9 and 10 minutes. It's gonna involve Nick and Judy at the mall in a slice of life setting. Make sure mic's on. Okay, my mic is on. Good, good. There's gonna be some wholesome, surprising moments, mix of comedy, interacting with at least two well chosen background characters, drama stemming from a past mission that went wrong, and resolution that brings them closer, ending on a fun, laughable note. And without further ado, let's begin. The actual title that AI has given us is A Day at Meadowlands Mall. Mm. Follow along this dashed line so you can know which line I'm reading at. The autumn spring filtered through the glass skylights of Meadowlands Mall, casting long shadows across the polished tile floors. Nick Wilde adjusted his tie, still uncomfortable even after years of being a cop, and glanced sideways at Julia Hobbs, who was studying the mall directory with the intensity of someone defusing a bomb. It's a mall, Carrots, Nick said, a smirking tugging at his mouth. Not a crime scene. You don't need to interrogate the directory. Julie's ears perked up defenselessly. I'm just playing our route efficiently. We have limited time, and I want to make sure we hit the essential stops. This was classic Judy. Even on what was supposed to be a casual Saturday outing, she approached it like a tactical operation. Nick found it endearing, though He never admitted out loud. They'd met up at the mall to do what normal cops did on their day off: shop, eat, and generally waste time. Except nothing was quite normal with Judy and Nick. Not since the Silverback case 6 months ago. 6 months ago. The case they didn't talk about. Oh. Come on, she said, stepping out of the directory mode and heading towards the nearest storefront. Dining department stores having a sale on winter coats. Of course, we want to look at coats, Nick murmured, following her anyway. He always followed her anyway. The store was moderately busy. Aisles dotted with shoppers browsing the latest seasons. Judy made a beeline for the outerwear section while Nick hung back, pretending to be interested in the display of scarves. That's when he heard the voice. What voice? Oh, no, it's coming up. Another character. Officer Hobbs? Officer Wild? Well, I will be. Both of them turned to see Officer Benjamin Clawhauser barreling towards them, his massive frame somehow maneuvering through the racks with surprising grace. The thick cheetah that loves donuts. The cheetah's face was lit up, like he just he just won the lottery. Clawhauser, Judy said warmly, what are you doing here? Shopping. They all from the precinct, trying to find something snazzy for the police ball next month. He gestured at his shopping bag. But honestly, I'm just thrilled to see you two together, off duty, at a mall. This is so wholesome. I could just. He clenched his chest dramatically. Nick rolled his eyes. Yeah, we're living a dream, buddy. Despite his sarcasm, Nick caught something in Clawhauser's enthusiasm that made him smile. The guy was genuinely happy to see them, which was nice, actually, like the pity or awkwardness he felt from some other cops since the Silmath case. Are you both here together? Clawhauser asked, his eyes glowing wide. Or together like partners? Let me read that again. Are you guys together? Clawhauser asked, his eyes going wide. Or together like partners? Partners! Judy said quickly, a bit too quickly. Her ears flushed in pink. Oh! Nick's stomach did an odd little flip that he immediately suppressed. Yeah, partners. Clawhauser seemed momentarily disappointed and brightened again. Well, either way, it's adorable. Hey, are you guys going to the food court later? I'm thinking about grabbing some lunch. You should join me. Before either of them could respond, Clawhauser's attention was already diverted by rack of colorful ties, and he bounded off with a wave, calling over his shoulder about meeting them at the food court at 1 o'clock. So far, Judy and Nick at the mall to meet with Clawhauser. He's getting their business, and he offered Judy and Nick to join them for lunch. And judging by the time of day, I got a confirmation that it's Saturday, so during the weekends at 1 o'clock, so during the afternoon. so they're at the mall. So they arrive at the mall during the afternoon, which is normal. I visualize most people to arrive at the mall between 1 to 2 p.m. Like right in the middle, just enough time to enjoy what the mall has to have. That's enough time for them. That's enough time for what the mall has to offer before it closes. Anyway, continuing with the story, Judy looked at Nick. Nick looked at Judy. I'm going to pretend that Pikachu is going to be Nick and Eevee will be Judy. Well, yeah, because this Pikachu's a male and this could be a female. So just pretend this is Nick, this is Judy. He looked at Nick. Judy looked at Nick, and Nick looked at Judy. He means well. He means well, Judy said softly. Yeah, Nick agreed. He does. He spent the next hour moving through the mall. Judy found the winter coat she liked. Nick got roped up. Nick got roped into helping her try on shoes. They made fun of mannequins and laughed, and an overly enthusiastic salesperson was convinced Nick needed to monetize his style. It was easy, natural, the kind of thing they'd done 1,000 times before the Silverback case. The problem was that Nick couldn't stop thinking about it. He laid in the back of the going for moments of silence, standing in his seat. By the time they reached the food court, it was 12:55 p.m. Clawhauser had already cleaned the table and was waving them over enthusiastically. Two drinks already procured and waiting. I got you both iced tea, he announced proudly. I remember your orders. Judy sat down, feeling touched. Nick followed, gratefully for the distraction. For a few minutes, they settled into chaos. Other shoppers, the beeping of order, the general hum of angry noise that somehow made it easier to exist together without the weight of unsaid things pressing down so heavily. It was Clawhauser, of course, who brought it up. So I heard some interesting stuff at the precedent. He said, dipped my fry into his milkshake, a combination that made both Nick and Judy wince. Who dips a fry in a milkshake? It could be weird, but that's just Clawhauser being himself. Anyway, about how you two had some trouble on that case back in the spring, the Silverback thing. Chief Vogel was talking to Commissioner Bellwether, and he mentioned Clawhauser? Judy interrupted gently. Right. Probably not my business, Lucia said, catching himself. You two are my friends, you know? I heard you two weren't. Let me read that again. I just, you two are my friends, you know? And I heard you two weren't talking for like a month after that case. I just wanted to say that whatever happened, I'm sure you guys can figure it out. You're the best cop team in the whole ZPD. He said it with such earnest simplicity that Nick felt something in his chest. Judy was suddenly very interested in her food. It wasn't really something to figure out, Nick heard himself say. His voice sounded strange to his own ears. It was more we disagreed about how to handle something, and neither of us handled the disagreement very well. Clawhauser nodded wisely, as if this was the most profound statement ever made. You know what you guys need? He says, straightening up. You need to do something fun together. Something that has nothing to do with crime scenes or procedures or any of that heavy stuff. You need to remember why you like each other in the first place. Exactly. After Clawhauser excused himself to go look at the mall's new arcade, an awkward silence settled between them. Tension. This story is good and interesting so far. Nothing too big or too small. It's just a casual day that Judy and Nick wants to just have some fun and not worry about problems. But as others bring it up, things start to get more annoying than relaxing. He's not wrong, Judy said. Judy finally said. No, Nick agreed. He's not. I've been thinking about what I said, Judy continued, her ears dropping slightly. About that's what yeah, yeah. Also make sure that my plushies aren't interfering with my quality. It's making like uh here move eh, here. Let me take care of that. Let me take care of that. Pause. Let me take care of this before it dies. If this computer dies and the live stream ends, then well, it's not a live stream. I guess I'll just record my lines and just upload on DeviantArt. Oh well. Right, right there. Yeah. Using the screen though. I'll do this. Can I do this? Uh, eh. No, I don't. Forget about this. I'll do this. I'll do this instead. Yeah, I'll do that instead. This is Nick. This is Judy. Anyway, I've been thinking about what I said, Judy continued, her ears drooping slightly, about how you always take shortcuts, and how that's why the silverback case went wrong. I was angry, and I blamed you for something that was really both our faults. I should have backed you up when you needed it, and instead you were right to call me out, Nick interrupted. I do take shortcuts. And yeah, it bit us in the ass on that case. But you also abandoned me when I was trying to make something right. You just gave up and went by the book. You didn't even fight for it. For us. The words came out harder than he intended, but they were true. They've both been tiptoeing around this for 6 months. Judy flinched, but she didn't look away. I was scared, she said quietly. The case was falling apart. You kept pushing to take risks, and I was terrified we both cooled down because of it. So I chose the safe option, and I left you hanging. I know that now. Nick set down his drink. The food court swirled around him, other people, other conversations, other lives, but it felt like there were the only two in the world. I should have listened to you, he said. I should have trusted that you knew what you were doing, instead of assuming you just didn't get it. And I should have trusted you back, Julie said, even when I was scared. They sat with that for a moment. So, what do we do? Julie asked. How do we fix this? Nick thought about Clawhauser's well-meaning advice. He thought about the months they spent being polite and professional and distant. He thought about all the little moments at the mall, finding the coat, laughing at mannequins, Clawhauser showing up with iced tea because he remembered their orders. We start over, he said. Right now. We forget the past 6 months and we just be us again. No apologies, no explanations. We just go back to be in the weirdest costume in Zootopia. Yeah, I agree. It's best than to have all this trauma about this one case that you struggle at. A smile tugged at Julie's mouth. That's a lot of that's a lot of lost ground to make up. Lucky for us, Nick said, rising to his feet and extending a palm. We've got the whole mall. Ah, Nick, you never change, don't you? Judy took his paw and let him pull her up. Yeah. Her ears perked up with something that looked a lot like hope. They spent the rest of the afternoon doing things that made absolutely no sense and served no practical purpose whatsoever. They went to the cave and played skee ball. Judy beat Nick at one point and refused to hit the ice cream flavors. Nick got lots of abatement. Judy got carrots and cream, and compared notes who made the worst choice. Mutual agreement. Nick's was objectively worse. They tried on absurd hats at an accessory store, took selfies in a photo booth, and stopped at a pet store where Nick was briefly harassed by a small hamster who was convinced he was a threat. And somewhere between the ice cream and the photo booth, between laughing at his reflection in a ridiculous cowboy hat and watching Judy's face light up when she found a stuffed carrot beside her head, Nick realized that Clawhauser had been right. They needed this, not because they were broken, but because they'd forgotten how to just be together without the weight of the job pressing down on everything. Around 4 o'clock, they ended up back at the center court, sitting on a bench and watching other shoppers pass by. Judy had her stuffed carrot tucked under one arm. Nick was wearing the ridiculous cowboy hat because Judy had dared him to, and he never backed down from a dare in his life. Judy's Nick. This hat is not staying in your closet, Judy said, grinning. And yet, here we are, Nick replied. Here we are, Judy repeated, and something in her tone made it sound like she meant more than just the mall. More than just today. They sat in a comfortable silence for a moment. I'm sorry, Nick said finally. For real. Not the recess, sorry. The real one. For taking shortcuts. For not listening. For letting us get so far apart. Judy reached over and took his paw. I'm sorry, too. For not trusting you. For going by the book instead of following my instincts. For not fighting harder to keep us together. The silhouettes, Dick said, testing the words out loud for the first time since it happened, was a disaster. The worst, Judy agreed. But we're still here, Nick said. Still partners. Still partners, Judy confirmed. Nick turned to look at her, really look at her, and saw the relief in her expression. The weight that had been sitting on both of them for 6 months seemed to lift just slightly. For what it's worth, he said, a smile playing at his mouth, Clawhauser was right about one thing. What's that? I don't know who said that, but let's say that Judy said that. What's that? You do look cute when you're shopping. Judy's ears flushed pink, and she shoved his shoulder hard enough to make him stumble sideways on the bench. That is not. That's not. You're the worst. I can't believe. She was laughing. She was laughing. That's not. You're the worst. I can't believe. She was laughing though, that genuine laugh that had been missing for so long. And Nick found himself laughing too. They sat there on the bench in Meadowlands Mall, arguing and laughing. The ridiculous cowboy hat knocked slightly askew on Nick's head, and Judy clutching her stuffed crab like a puzzle, like a prize. And everything felt right for the first time in half a year. Let's see, I'm almost done. Almost there, almost to the end. Almost the end of the story, so I can go to bed because I'm tired. When they finally left the mall as the sun was setting and painting the glass storefronts in shades of orange and gold, Nick held the door open for Judy like he always did. Same time next week? She asked as they headed towards the parking lot. It's a date, Nick said. They immediately regretted it when Judy's ears perked up and she looked at him with an expression he couldn't quite read. I mean, he started. I know what you meant, Judy said. And she was smiling in that mysterious way that made him want to know exactly what was going on in her head. Maybe next, but maybe next time we can make an actual date. Nick's tail switched involuntarily. Yeah, 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 Nick confirmed. After we get the whole partner solving crimes thing settled, maybe we can try the whole actual dating thing. I could get behind that, Nick said, trying to sound casual and definitely failing. He just wants to kiss her so badly, but it would be disrespectful if he did. Oh, don't worry, there'll be a story about that. Eventually, when I make it. Judy laughed, that same genuine laugh from the beach, and they walked out into the evening together, already arguing about where they should go on their actual first date. Behind them, the mall glowed softly in the faint light, a place where a fox and a rabbit had learned once again that some partnerships are worth fighting for. And sometimes the best healing happened over ice cream and ridiculous hats at a shopping mall on a Saturday afternoon. The end. That did make me laugh. Uh, let's give a round of applause. Ah, what a story. Now I'm tired, so I'm gonna go ahead and give a grade on the story. I'm gonna grade AI for their story. Here's the grade. Look right here. Uh, grade. Here's the grade. Here's the grade for this story. Most of the elements I did see in the story, but but we were only introduced with one background character, which is Clawhauser, also known as Officer Benjamin Clawhauser. Of course, there are like other characters in the story, but I wanted two background characters with some dialogue. Maybe I could have been more specific about. Well, I can always modify the story if I want to, which I probably am gonna modify it. But I do want two characters that are background characters with some dialogue in the story. Other than that, most of the elements in the story seem to be on point. Story is good, structure is good, like the drama, like the wholesome moments. Nick and Judy start from the beginning and they actually have fun for once while off duty, and things went well in the end. So I'm gonna get this grade a 93%. I'll say 93%. The story seems interesting and funny. Despite that one thing you missed or you didn't include, the AI did a great job of crafting this short story. Great job, AI. I'll definitely modify this and share it on DeviantArt and Patreon so y'all can read yourself and also create your own Judy and Nick voices. That includes other background characters. With that, I'll see y'all next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button so you won't miss any updates, content that I upload on my YouTube channel. And I'll see you in the next video or live stream. Bye bye. 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 Evie. Evie says bye. Pika. And Pikachu said bye. No, Pikachu, not gonna throw you. Not Evie either. Down here. I could do that. I could do something stupid this time because I'm too tired to do it. Goodbye.